Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing great. So today we will see how we can concatenate the two data frames row-wise as well as column-wise. So first we will look at how we can concatenate two data frame row-wise. So I have imported a Pandas library as PD, and in the next cell what I am doing is I'm creating two data frames, df1 and df2, using dictionary, and inside the dictionary it has key value pairs with key as the name of the column and value as a list of elements which will form the values of rows in that column. So here I have four such key value pairs. That means this will create a data frame with four columns naming A, B, C, D. And I'm also passing index argument as a list of values 0, 1, 2, 3. So why am I passing an index? This is because if I do not pass, it will automatically take some value from 0 to n. N is the number of rows of that data frame. So this is nothing but just the name of the rows of that data frame. So I will pass these values inside pd.dataframe, and this will create a data frame df1, and similarly I will pass a similar data frame with the same name of columns with different values with a different index, and then I will execute it and I will get two data frame. If you want to see any one of those, then let us check how it looks like. So df1 looks like this and df2 looks like this, which has the index starting from 4, 5, 6 and up to 7. Then I will put them in a list format df1 and df2, and then I will pass this frames in the pandas function pd.concat, and inside that I will pass frames, the one that I have created earlier, and I will save this in results and I will execute this. And on executing it, if I check the results, I will get result as A, B, C, D as a column and the row numbers which were the index that we mentioned earlier. Now suppose in case we do not mention the index number. In general, it might not be there in real time when we are working, so I'll just comment that out and let's see. So our df2 data frame is also having index 0 up to 3, and df1 is also having index values 0, 1, 2, 3, and now we want to concatenate it row wise, one below the other. And if I then execute it, and then we'll see the result, we will see the index values are repeating, which ideally is not the right scenario when we are doing any analysis or preparing data for machine learning models. So in that case, we will be using the function reset index, and therein I will pass drop is true and in place is true. So why we are passing drop is true? Because it will create one more column which is index, which will be numbered from 0, 1 to up to n number of rows, and that we do not want. And I'll remove it just to show you what happens if I do that. And I'll remove it and I execute it, and let's see what we have in result. And we see an index column which we do not want. So in order to remove it in the first place without doing any workarounds, we'll just pass this parameter. And why we are passing in place is true is because we want to save this result. We are not instantiating or saving it, so in place is true will work for us. And I'll just re-execute this again, and I'll re-execute it, and we see that the index column is gone with this function reset index with drop true in place true. So we have seen how we can programmatically join or concatenate the rows of two data frames. This is the default parameters of concat function. If you want to look, I will be sending the link to the documentation if you want to dive into it. But this returns the same results as what we have done in results. And if I show you, and yeah, it provides us the same results. Only difference is the index value is getting repeated. We can do it just by reset index is drop is true and in place is also true. But since we are not instantiating it, we can remove this and put it in another variable, say df row, and we execute it and check that df row, and we see it works fine. Now we are going to see how we can programmatically using the data frame concat the two data frames column wise. But right now we are doing it row wise, but from now we are seeing how we can do it column wise. So similarly, I have created two data frames df1, df2, and I have given a different name to the column to df1 data frame and different name to the columns of df2 data frame. And I just need to pass this df1 and df2 to concat in a list format df1 comma df2 with access as 1. In row wise the access was 0, but in this case if you can see its access is 0 for row wise, and when we do column wise it is access is 1. And then I execute it and let's see what we get as a result. So you can see this has programmatically concatenated these two data frames column wise. And just to say, if I want to not to include the H column, then I will just comment it out and we'll see that H column isn't there. Similarly, just to check for row wise how it behaves if I do not pass the D column for data frame 2, what will happen to the data frame? So I execute this and then I concatenate it row wise, because by default the access is 0, so you do not need to pass for row wise concatenation. And just check, and we see that these values that we commented out are NaN. So that means it will concatenate it. It will not throw an error, but it will give NaN value if there are no values in it. So this was it in this video. In the next video, I will show you how you can do deduplication of the data frame using any particular column. So I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you like this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Until next time, bye.